Hello, and welcome to Studio A. I'm Ryder Burke. Joining me today are Rachel Shaw, Michael Lozick, Kaylin Davis, and Risha Scholl. On today's show, we'll have reports about the rebirth of a decrepit shopping mall, traffic problems caused by all the construction projects in town, and another increase in tuition at Texas State. Those stories and more on Studio A. For years in San Marcos, Springtown has been a dead zone. Businesses have closed and moved away, and its future looked dim. But it's making a comeback, and I wanted to look into the reasons why. For the past 8 years, Springtown Mall has resembled that of a literal ghost town. Relevant only during Halloween, when a costume shop would fill a single vacancy for a short period. With the population continuing to grow and advance with the times, the city of San Marcos, along with Endeavor Real Estate and the Greater San Marcos Partnership, knew utilizing this empty retail lot was a top priority.
The city provided an incentive to Endeavor for the redevelopment of Springtown and to really elevate it to a much higher standard.
The Linden is the latest Springtown mixed-use project, set to be completed early next year. It will house over 500 students stacked atop almost 32,000 square feet of retail space. This will bring more business to neighboring attractions like The Spot, Gold's Gym, and Summer Moon Coffee.
Having that vibrant lifestyle is something that's attractive for these young professionals, for our residents, and also makes us attractive to new companies. As we bring in more restaurants, as we bring in more retailers, more people have opportunities for better paying jobs. Different employers are coming into our area. These rising wages help everybody, help the local businesses, help the local retailers, and the local restaurants as well.
Springtown is one of San Marcos' most thriving new locations, with everything a college student could possibly need all within a short parking lot stroll. Whether it be a bar and a movie theater, inside a bowling alley, a nice corner coffee shop to get some studying in, or a good-sized gym to blow off some steam. Whatever you need, it's here in Springtown. So watch out, Square. There's a new spring in town. For Studio A, I'm Ryder Burke.
So Ryder, the Linden looks like it's going to be a big deal. So what is that going to be for that area?
I think having that many students there, it's just going to create a lot of buzz and get a lot of business for those shops and the gym there and all that businesses around. I think they're going to flourish from it.
That's exciting.
We might be in a new summer semester, but some things never change in San Marcos and on campus. That means construction. Kaylin Davis says it's causing problems.
Yeah, it seems construction around town is causing students major pain because it's keeping people from getting where they need to go.
The city of San Marcos is hard at work to make sure that the streets of the city are in their top shape for the fall semester. But are the people enrolled in the summer getting shortchanged?
Many San Marcans have had to reroute their daily drive to work or school due to road closures in San Marcos. For Chance Marino, a sandwich delivery driver, driving is his job and detours have caused problems.
I've been impacted in a kind of a significant way because I'm a delivery driver, so the construction kind of slows. I'm at Jimmy John's and it kind of slows us down, especially right here like on a busy street like North Bishop.
Chance is just one of the many who've experienced a slowdown in their day due to construction or a closure of a main road. Students are also having trouble just getting to campus because the buses have been rerouted throughout the city of San Marcos.
Going towards like where LBJ's at, there's always construction there and it's delays and it's painful to get through. I do my best to avoid going places I don't need to go because of construction.
Everywhere you go there's construction, whether they're doing potholes or trying to build over a train track or something like that. Everywhere you go there's a little construction and it kind of slows us down for sure.
Overall, the additions are going to be great for the growth of the city. But in the meantime, San Marcans are continuing to find new ways to get around. For Studio A, I'm Kaylin Davis.
So Kaylin, I've personally had problems getting to campus because of construction. Have you had similar issues?
Yes, I definitely have. Up on Ocarina, they have down to one lane, so it definitely slows traffic when I'm on my way to campus.
Well, I hope the city can get that under control.
Same here.
The cost of tuition is constantly rising with no end in sight. Michael Lozick spoke with a few Texas State students who'd like to see that yearly price hike stop.
Ryder, tuition is something that all students have to deal with. I went out to campus and talked to a few of them about that. The cost of tuition is something that affects all students. With rising attendance and acceptance rates, there is stiffer competition to both earn scholarships and receive the various grants on offer to decrease the financial burden. Tuition increases are at an all-time high.
So the classes have been getting more expensive, and the books and materials that you need for class are getting more expensive. It makes me work harder, and also just to get the good grades so I don't fail and have to retake it. And I also have to work after school and get the money that I need.
One notable cause for higher tuition is campus expansion like the new Ingram Hall. Since 2008, the cost of tuition has increased 49%. Back then, a 15-hour semester was priced at $2,550. In 2018, that same semester will run you $4,176.
I work 2 jobs to help support myself through college. It's pretty difficult, but I'm trying to grind through it. I find myself just not having as much money as I used to, and it's hard to balance tuition along with living expenses, rent, groceries, and just trying to focus on all of that while maintaining jobs. So.
Should the cost of tuition really be rising so high so fast? Unfortunately for students, that debate seems to have no end in sight. It seems then that tuition increases are about as assured as death and taxes. For StudioA, I'm Michael Lozick.
Michael, do you feel like the tuition increase is justified?
Risha, I think it's kind of a mixed bag. Definitely you need money to fund things like campus expansion, but the rate at which it's going and how fast that's happened seems a little unjustified.
The struggle.
Coming up on StudioA, a look at Snapchat. Has the messaging app seen its best days? And some Texas State baseball players are making big moves, right into the Major League. Those stories, after this.
In our world, there are 7.6 billion people. San Marcos has 61,980 people. But 1 out of 7 residents in Hays County struggle with hunger. 8,690 children are food insecure. Hunger isn't caused by lack of food, but rather the continued prevalence of poverty. That's why Hays County Food Bank is focused on addressing the root causes of hunger. Together, we can eliminate world hunger. And all it takes is your effort.
For a while, Snapchat was the #1 app that people used, but are numbers dwindling down? Risha Scholl takes a closer look at what people really think.
That's right, Ryder. I wanted to find out if people are still using Snapchat, and if not, what drew them away. The social media photo and video sharing app Snapchat was released in 2012 and attracted millions of people. According to Apple in 2017, Snapchat was the second highest downloaded app in their app store. And 2 years ago, it was known to be the Facebook killer. But could a simple update bring down the billion-dollar app? Earlier this year, Snapchat released an update that completely changed the design and the functionality of the app.
Yeah, I think they really messed up doing the update, and then Instagram kind of took advantage of that and was like, all right, everybody come here. But I see it dying off to an extent. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people use it to communicate with people. So I feel like that's kind of the only thing holding on right now.
Melanie uses Snapchat to communicate with her friends, but it might be the only thing keeping Snap alive.
I think every application might die one day, but I would say probably Twitter and Snapchat will stay longer than other applications.
Users like Ahmed still use Snap and believe it'll be around for a while, but is it holding on by a thread? Weeks after the update, Kylie Jenner, the most followed person on the app, tweeted, "So does anyone else not open Snap anymore, or is it just me? Ugh, this is so sad." And after that tweet, Snap shares fell $1.3 billion. Their IPO started at $24 a share, and today it's $9.
I'm not too crazy about Snapchat anymore. It's like, it's definitely died down. And the way the story's updated, it's just really inconvenient.
So, is Snapchat truly dying? Will it phase out like Vine did? Will some company buy the app? Who knows anymore? The fate of Snapchat rests in the hands of its users. The filter I'm gonna use. Oh, this is my favorite filter. For Studio A, I'm Risha Scholl.
So Risha, are you still using Snapchat, or have you run away from that app as well?
You know what? Let me be real for a second. I only use Snapchat to take pictures with the filters, and then I'll post it on Instagram. So, you know, it's a little in between.
In sports, it was a big week for Texas State baseball. 3 players, not 1, but 3, were picked in the Major League Baseball draft on Wednesday. Rachel Shaw is here with the story.
Ryder, these 3 players are well known around campus, and what's interesting about them is they went straight to the majors without stopping in the minors first. For only the second time in Texas State history, 3 members of the baseball team were drafted within the first 20 rounds. Those players include Luke Shirley, Jonathan Ortega, and Cam Baird.
The first player drafted was Luke Shirley, who started playing at Texas State 4 years ago as a freshman. He was drafted in the 14th round by the Detroit Tigers as a shortstop position. Prior to being drafted, Shirley was frustrated with the draft, and his patience was running thin, but his luck soon turned around.
I was actually in the shower. I had been watching the draft, was a little frustrated with it, so I went up and was taking a shower, and I heard my dad going crazy downstairs, and I figured that one of my friends had gotten drafted or something, and then my girlfriend Carly busted in my bathroom.
Former teammate Mikey Scott wasn't surprised by Luke's success.
Luke's always been the one that has a really good work ethic and always comes ready to compete every day, and I think there's not very many more people that are more deserving than him. I know he's going to get there.
Coach Harrington, who's coached at Texas State since 2001, noticed early on the emotional and physical perseverance in the 3 boys drafted.
Out for them. All 3 were very committed to their crafts and trying to be better and trying to get better. And then you put them in our program where we've had success, particularly in the infield situation where we've had numerous infielders drafted out of here. I think they take a great pride in being who's going to be the next, infielders that go out and play professional baseball.
Along with Shirley, the 2 other signees have already moved to start their careers. Ortega signed with the Boston Red Sox as a second baseman, and Baird signed with the Miami Marlins as a right-hand pitcher. Studio A, I'm Rachel Shaw.
So Rachel, what plans does the Texas State baseball coach have for the team going forward?
He just wants to keep bettering the program. He thinks that they can go even farther and get more players drafted for now.
That's all for Studio A this week. For our reporters, Rachel Shaw, Michael Lozick, Kaylin Davis, and Risha Scholl, I'm Ryder Burke. Catch us on our YouTube channel and join us next week for Studio A.